This absolute banger is a diagram of the eye from the late 14th or early 15th century. It has terminology and anatomy that's rooted in Greek antiquity. It has symmetry and geometry that appears influenced from medieval Arabic texts, and it has some pretty choice artistic decisions in terms of the embellishments. It's part of a passage that focuses on diseases of the eye, and it's written in medieval Latin. And the figure is titled Figure of the Eye in the Human Head. It has some anatomical structures that lie outside of the eye. Shown here are the cerebrum, and then two layers that surround the brain, the pia and the dura mater, the delicate and the tough mother. So those are two of the three layers of the meninges as we know them today. So two of them were represented in this medieval illustration. And then the outermost layer is the cranium. Some of the real fundamental structures of the eye as we know them today are shown here, and this illustration includes all but two of them, and not because those two were unknown at the time, they just weren't included in the illustration. I want to note here that the outer fibrous cover, the sclera, is continuous with the transparent cornea. So the illustrator has kind of at the heart of it put what's called the crystalline humor, and as we know that today, that's the lens. And then a series of layers moving anterior and posterior from that core of the lens. So shown in pink are the humors, and then shown in blue are the different layers or the tunics. And there's been an effort by the illustrator to show that there's a framework here. There's a way that the anatomy of the eye is organized. And just as we saw in the previous illustration, the contemporary one, that the sclera, as it moves forward, transitions into the transparent cornea, is also reflected in the way that this illustrator chose to present the anatomy of the eye. If you're interested in learning more about this illustration, I'll post a link to the references.